Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching Unsane! Unsane is a 2018 film that was directed by Steven Soderbergh, and the plot is we meet this girl, Sawyer, played by Claire Foy. This guy who has been stalking her for like the last 2 years. She's constantly on edge. She's constantly looking over her shoulder. She's seeing him at all these places. Not sure if she's hallucinating or if it's really him. So she decides to go to this therapist to talk about it, and they deem her unsafe. And she somehow, some way, signs herself into being locked up in this facility for as long as they seem fit. And you have to wonder as a viewer, is she just crazy and hallucinating this guy? Or is this guy really here messing with her, trying to get to her? Now, what I thought of Unsane was, I really enjoyed this movie. I did. And it's one of those films that when I saw the trailer initially, months and months and months ago, I thought, this looks interesting. It does. But the thing that interests me the most about the movie, it's not the plot, it's not the actors, it's not anything about that. It's how the movie was shot. This film, Steven Soderbergh, who's a guy who's been around forever. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to retire like 10 years ago, but he keeps coming back for more. Well, he shot this movie all exclusively on an iPhone. What? I know when you first put it on and you're watching it, you can tell a little bit just because of the aspect ratio. You could tell that in some scenes where it's peering over a long hallway, you could just tell by the ratio that, oh, okay, yeah, this is probably from a smaller device, or I guess a phone. But it's a phone! It makes me feel pathetic that I haven't shot 10 movies myself with just an iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, but I should get an iPhone, because I'm so worried about cameras and being able to edit something or make something look good. If you can do this on an iPhone, I'm sure he had other things helping him to make it look more professional, like the sound and the lighting. I'm sure all of that's true, but still, pure picture quality, it does look good enough to pass as a film, especially when you get roped up in the movie and the plot and what's going on. You tend to forget about that ratio, and it looks like a regular film. Now, the plot itself, Sawyer Valentini, like I said, she is a sympathetic character at the beginning, but you do have to wonder, is she crazy? Am I watching a movie told by somebody that's not trustful or trustworthy to go along with this narrative? Maybe she's just crazy. Maybe she's imagining everything. When you watch the trailer for this movie, it definitely does look like it's going in that direction. But you can't help but be or feel bad for her when she's in this facility and she slowly but surely gets locked up against her will and put her in the hospital gown and say, hey, here you are. You're here. That feeling of not being able to leave at your own will, that feeling of feeling helpless and feeling like you're right and nobody's listening to you. Everybody thinks you're crazy. Everybody thinks you're wrong. Even if she is crazy, that feeling is what was most scary about this movie. I'm not saying that this is a big jump scare galore. I'm not saying that this is going to have people screaming. I just thought this had an eerie feeling to it, had an unsettling feeling to it. I think the acting from Claire Foy was great. She was great. I bought her hysteria, and then the moments when she tried to talk to doctors and say, look guys, I'm not crazy, this is all a misunderstanding, because you go, oh, she's just a good bullshitter, and for all we know, she is crazy. Some of the other people in the film, Juno Temple plays another patient at this facility. Jay Farrow, who some people probably know from Saturday Night Live, he used to be on there. He was good as well as just a guy who was trying to help Sawyer. He was trying to help her in ways that he could. You could tell too he had a thing for her, and that was the real reason why he was doing it. But let's talk about David. David is played by Joshua Leonard, who is the guy that Sawyer claims has been stalking her, and that she claims is in this hospital pretending to be a doctor trying to get to her. And the whole period where you're like, is she just imagining things? Because the movie has set up that she does imagine him in other situations. So the fact that this film plays off of that, making you wonder whether or not it's her or if it's really him here, it was good. And then the movie does not, like, you figure all of the film would go by, and then it's the very, very end when you realize if she's crazy or not. That's how most movies would do it. No, this movie tells you, probably a little over the halfway point, it tells you, hey, this is what's really going on. So then that end act, that third act, becomes something else, and you go, wow, this is really interesting. I almost wasn't expecting this, and in fact it made me start to like the movie more once it went in that direction, and it was very unpredictable. I definitely recommend you check out Unsane. I would give it a good date movie. Just be careful with who you go on the date with to see it. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you've already seen Unsane. What did you think of it? Did you like it as well? Did you find it creepy? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!